Injuries can happen to anyone, whether it's college, pros, or the weekend player. All athletes went back into the game. Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine reaches out to athletes of all ages with their first-class comprehensive orthopedic centers dedicated to the patient. We support you looking for a better way to live and stay active in the tri-state, so we are here. Our Beacon team live and work in your community, and we invite you to call or email us. Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we believe patients come first.
Let's go, boys. Let's do it, chef. Keeper. Yeah. Whoa.
Injuries can happen.
When it stays on.
When it stays on, lads?
Yeah.
When it stays on, guess I'm Cristiano Ronaldo then.
Yeah? Oh, I'm Neymar.
Oh, wait.
You know I try so hard, but I think you don't see because I'm moving so fast. We call it rock and rolling. My weapon sees just because you're on to me. You are impossible to read. You're always straight controlling. Oh, it's a listen. Oh, it's a listen. Oh, it's a listen. Gonna do a voodoo dance until you feel my power now.
Neymar will never do that.
And the crowd goes wild.
Son, I've got 50,000 fans screaming my name.
That's not fair.
Well, I've got boots that aren't even out yet.
Perfectly timed.
Dad, how you Luiz?
Você não parece Davi Luiz. Você tem uma peruca feia.
You mean Iniesta?
Zlatan thinks that Zlatan should take it. Sono contento di non essere lui.
It's a good header, though.
Get that! Come on! Come on! Let's come on! It can't be the hope.
Heading away by Luis. The straight to win, Rooney! The Englishman has scored into the top corner. The next goal wins. No campo de ataque. Cristiano Ronaldo. Vai, Cristiano. Lindo o passe. Vai, garoto. Vai nessa, garoto. Linda fita. Vai fazer. Chega Davi Luiz. Opa! That could be a penalty.
Penalty, really?
Die! Penalty! Die! Joe! Silva! They're going to give the penalty. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. But hold on a second.
Ma che è questo?
He's taken the ball off Cristiano Ronaldo.
Feel like you're locked into an automotive lease? SwapAlease.com has the key for you. No hassle. Just a quick, easy, and inexpensive way to exit your auto lease. Log on and let SwapAlease.com show you how. If you want to get out of your lease, just go to SwapAlease.com.
When you think about Olympic athletes, you think about determination, passion, experience, compassion, pride, and aspiring to be the very best in their sport. You can expect the exact same qualities from the caring professionals at Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And now you can experience Olympic quality training with our D1 training facility at Beacon's Summitwood location. D1 offers experienced, customized training programs for all athletic levels, in addition to offering adult training programs. Beacon is extremely proud to provide full-service gold medal care and treatment to you and your family, all in our state-of-the-art facilities. Our goal is for you to be healthy and stronger so that you can make the very best at your game. Call us today at 354-3700 or check us out at beaconortho.com. Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where patients come first.
One of the hardest parts of this game is getting your opportunity. And you got to dedicate yourself to it, and that's what it takes.
We've got a very special guest. I'm going to ask Landon Donovan to come up.
I want you to grasp today, make the most of it, enjoy it, have fun, keep yourself going. The rest of it is up to you guys. Never know, maybe I'll be playing with all y'all someday. We'll see you guys later. Thank you. For these kids, this is now the opportunity when the lights are on. It's their equivalent of a Saturday night, and you got to make the most of it. You got to really stand out. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Have fun, okay? You want to find players that are confident with the ball, intelligent without the ball, ideally an attacking-minded player. That was a nice goal. That's my guy. It's been a fun morning. Time to go to training.
Welcome to Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, a world-class sports medicine facility in Cincinnati built for you, the athletic and active patient. Our state-of-the-art surgical suites, MRI, and physical therapy are under one roof for the active athlete. Our staff and our physicians look forward to helping you through the difficult time of injury. We're here for you at Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Football is a constant battle, a constant audition. That's why I say to young players all over the world, seize your chance.
Rappresentare l'Italia per me è un onore, spero di rappresentarla nel migliore dei modi.
We all want to make the 8. This is our dreams, basically, our future, playing for our future here.
Not many get the chance to make their dream come true. You know your 100th, and you know at the end, just 8 are picked out. So it's a lot of pressure for those guys.
Today, to exist at the top level, you need to be good everywhere, but be special somewhere. If you're here, it's because you're good. So don't miss the chance because you don't believe in yourself.
Every day you have to try to be the best.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the field, your Cincinnati Dutch Lions! Xavier University for tonight's match between the West Virginia Chaos and your Cincinnati Dutch Lions. Tonight's starting lineup, first for the West Virginia Chaos. Number 1, Sean Peepin. Number 15, Jose Noriega. Number 5, Travis Brent. Number 3, Danilo Radjan. Number 12, Stuart Grable. Number 8, Daniel Stratford. Number 9, Dion Peters. Number 14, Daniel Smee. Number 18, Adam Arthur. Number 6, Tyler Fabian. And number 21, Ryan Osborne. Joining our Cincinnati Dutch Lions tonight, please welcome to the field the Academy clubs from Cincinnati United Sycamore Mason, U11 Villarreal Girls, and the Cincinnati Soccer Alliance, U9. Welcome. Your starters for the Cincinnati Dutch Lions. In goal, number 0, Eric Oswald. Defender, number 3, Nick DeSalvatore. Defender, number 16, Garrett Hatfield. Defender, number 5, Jake Stovall. The defender, number 4, Ryan Meyer. Midfielder, number 10, Kyle Smith. Midfielder, number 6, Tanner Petrick. Midfielder, number 7, Chris Harmon. Midfielder, number 17, Jordan Grant. Midfielder, number 19, Kevin Walker. And forward, number 9, Jeff McClure. The Chaos is coached by Chris Grassi, and the Dutch Lions by Terry Nickel and Alan Grothaus. Tonight's official center ref is Matt Fatia, assistant ref Andy Milby, assistant ref Eric Lott, and fourth official Ryan Rafe. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps and join us in honoring our country and those who serve it with the singing of our national anthem by Fairmont High School student outstanding vocalist of the 2013 International Championship High School A Cappella Tournament, Alex Wonder. Please welcome Alex to the field. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Xavier University's soccer complex here in Cincinnati, Ohio for tonight's United Soccer League's Premier Development League matchup featuring the Cincinnati Dutch Lions and the Chaos of West Virginia. Good evening, everyone. My name's Lee W. Mowen.
And I'm Allison Martin.
And we're looking forward to bringing you tonight's soccer action between Cincinnati and West Virginia. Let's preview these teams very quickly. Cincinnati, undefeated on the season in 3 games. They have a record of 1 win, 0 losses, and 2 ties. And they have 5 points in 3rd place in the PDL, South Atlantic Division of the Eastern Conference. Meanwhile, West Virginia, they are on top of said conference. 2-1-1's their record, 7 points. They're led by head coach Chris Grassi, and the Lions are led by head coach Terry Nickel with assistant coach Alan Grouthouse. Allie, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself before we go over the starting lineups.
I am currently a Xavier student studying sports broadcasting, hence why I'm here right now. It's very exciting to be here because some of these players actually are Xavier students as well and are Xavier players. So it's nice to know that I know a couple of these guys out there running around, so I'm very excited.
That being said, Cincinnati in their second home game. Their first home game, their first game ever in the PDL, they tied River City 3-3, was once down 3-1 late in the second half, but it was 2 goals from Jordan Grant and the equalizer from Jeff McClure that would give Cincinnati 1 point in that contest. West Virginia is donning red shorts, white jerseys, black numbers on the back, red font on the front, and the Dutch Lions come out orange jerseys, white letters and numbers with vertical white stripe left-hand side on the front.
They even have their names.
Yes, they do. And you told me that
Matt Hill, yeah, he was all excited. I spoke with him the other day, and for the Xavier team, they don't get their name on the back of their jerseys, and that was one of the pluses that he was really looking forward to.
Your starters in the net, you have Eric Oswald for Cincinnati, comes in with a 1-0-2 record. And for West Virginia, it's Sean Teepin. We'll get to an interesting fact about Teepin in a little while as West Virginia has the ball in their attacking half. Past the midfield line, McClure coming up with the ball big on the far-hand side, chips it, rolls it in for the first score in our first minute of action.
28 seconds into this game.
And for McClure, that is 4 goals on the season for him. He was tied 6th in the entire Premier Development League for the most goals scored, and he just put Cincinnati up in the first minute. Great breakaway for him, too, on the far-hand side, and Teepin drawn away. 4th goal of the season for McClure.
They're going to have to watch out and look for him because he has scored every game so far this season. He is a key player for them.
First minute goal for McClure. It's 1-0 Dutch Lions as West Virginia looks to keep it away from their 18-yard box. We have a whistle in the middle of Cincinnati's attacking half. Excuse me there, as Teepin will spin the ball out of the 18-yard box. And the PA announcer Blair told us that former backup for the Dayton Dutch Lions USL Pro team this year.
Yes.
There's a header by Myers.
Headers.
Chasing is Petrick for the Dutch Lions of Cincinnati. Pass up front for McClure. He'll spin it off his foot on the far hand side. And it's popped out of bounds past the touchline. It's West Virginia with the throw in. Quite a gorgeous night here in Cincinnati.
Beautiful. They've had a couple games where they struggled with the weather a little bit, so I'm sure that they're really liking this right now.
Pass just out of the reach of number 15 for West Virginia. That is Jose Noriega. He has 1 goal, tied with 5 other Chaos members for the tops on this West Virginia squad. Pass back by number 5, Travis Brent, as West Virginia crosses the midfield line once again. So far, in our 3rd minute, what have you seen thus far for both teams?
I like to see how the Dutch Lions seem to be attacking a little bit. They're putting a little bit of pressure on West Virginia here. Can't seem to get past midfield, which is good to see.
Noriega with a Chester settles things down. Meanwhile, Jeff McClure, the striker for the Dutch Lions, tries to connect on a pass to his right-hand side. And West Virginia looks to send it away. However, there is Petrick with the ball. He spins by the Xavier X on midfield. To his left, there is Chris Harmon. Harmon bops the ball, intended for
Grant.
Jordan Grant. He had the first 2 goals of the Dutch Lions season in that 3-3 draw with the River City Rovers here in Cincinnati.
I think that's what's so exciting is this is a brand new team to Cincinnati and a younger brother, I guess you could say, of the Dayton Dutch Lions.
While Cincinnati itself is no stranger to the PDL,
Not at all.
once home to the Cincinnati Kings down in Wilder, Kentucky. This is brand new territory for the Dutch Lions organization. And so far in 3 games, 1-0-2. Great record thus far.
It's a good record, and their head coach was saying how it's tough for them because, you know, these are all new teams, all new faces, and they need to figure out how to approach these teams and have to find an advantage early and, you know, what are these teams' weaknesses and how to attack that. They haven't seen any of it before. So it's a good test for all these players out there.
Meyer keeps the ball in Dutch Lions position. There's a pass over for Ryan Osborne of West Virginia. We have Smith down on the turf. He's back up A-OK. The Chaos still control the ball and they're attacking 3rd. Bouncer pass into the 18-yard box, controlled by Dutch Lions near the near corner of the pitch. And that was Kevin Walker. Let's go ahead and introduce our officials for today's game. Your lead official is Matt Fortia, and your first assistant is Andy Milby. We've seen him a couple times with the W League Dutch Lions in West Carrollton, Ohio. Eric Lott is your second assistant referee, and your 4th official for tonight is Ryan Rafe. McClure has it off the chest of a Chaos player, and we have a whistle by the middle referee, Fortier. A little bit too much oomph for the Dutch Lions, and West Virginia gets the ball on a free kick. McClure with his 4th goal this season. That's why Cincinnati is on top 1-0 as Oswald pops this up in the air, heading towards the Chaos bench. They'll scratch at the Dutch Lions bench. The Chaos pick it up by Cincinnati's bench. Staying onside, controlling it on the right-hand side of his foot is Tyler Fabian. Sweep it back for Dion Peters. Peters rolls towards his left, off the foot of a Chaos, and chipped away cleanly by the Cincinnati Dutch Lions. Still in the attacking half of West Virginia, though. Brent moves it up. Here comes Oswald right in front of an incoming Ryan Osborne. And Oswald
has had some great games. Big saves.
Oswald with 4 goals allowed so far this season. 3 against River City at home.
Great block.
And we're going to have a corner kick for the Chaos on the far hand side.
And that is out of this field and into the parking lot.
Normally in soccer games you don't have to worry about your cars getting hit by a soccer ball.
Not here.
Taking the corner kick for the Chaos is number 8. I have him as Adam Fox, and I don't think that's correct.
It's Daniel Stratford.
That's Daniel Stratford. My
Correction.
apologies. So Stratford will take this corner kick. 4 shots for him on the season. Holds up his right hand and blasts this up in the air. And just a bit wide for Osborne, looking for his second goal of the season. He kicks it wide right of the net. Goal kick for Cincinnati.
Dutch Lions are proud to have Holland Roofing as a corporate sponsor.
That being said, let's go over the starting 11. First for the visiting West Virginia Chaos. Go ahead.
We have our goalkeeper, Sean Teepin. A defender, number 3, Danilo, you're going to have to help me with this name.
Danilo Rajin.
Another defender, number 5, Travis Brent. Number 6, Tyler Fabian. Number 9, Dion Peters. Number 12, Stuart Grable. Number 13, Wilmir Froda. Number 15, Jose Norega. Number 18, Adam Arthur. Number 21, Ryan Osborne. Number 8, Daniel Stratford. And number 12, Daniel Smee.
Right now, the throw in by West Virginia. Interesting fact about Jose Norega, he has one arm. He's got a right arm and his left arm is amputated. Still playing soccer. It shows his strength on the field.
Oh, definitely. It's a great perseverance aspect, and I'm sure the team probably thrives off of that as well.
Jeff McClure for the Dutch Lions with his 4th goal on the season. Gives Cincinnati a 1-0 lead. Right in the first minute, about 30 seconds into this contest too at Xavier University. Beautiful soccer field, beautiful pitch, artificial turf.
They actually just put that in this year too, which is another new feature. They kind of went all out.
Just off the tippy toes of a Chaos player, Osborne. And it's back for Oswald, the goalie.
As he looks to clear this one out.
Far hand side for the Dutch Lions. Just north of the X. Picking by McClure. And he'll send it back to the defensive line of Cincinnati. Here's the starters for the Dutch Lions, as Teepin will call off his members and bowl a ball right for one of his defenders, number 5, in Travis Brent.
We have at their goalie, Eric Oswald. Number 3, Nick DeSalvatore. Number 4, Ryan Mayer. Number 5, Jake Stovall. Number 6, Tanner Petrick. Number 7, Chris Harmon. Number 9, Jeff McClure. Number 10, Kyle Smith. Number 16, Garrett Halfhill. Number 17, Jordan Grant. And number 19, Kevin Walker.
And one of the quotes that I remember Coach Nickel saying about his team is they need to bring more creativity up front for the forwards and the midfielders. Just get a little more creative with the ball. And as you saw right there, McClure in the first minute did a nice job stripping the ball away from the defense, and he rolled it in past Teepin.
He also mentioned about defensive integrity, and I think that's a big thing for soccer and really any sport. Defense is key, at least in my book.
And in soccer, that's your last line of defense before you hit the goalie, as Oswald controls the soccer ball. He'll walk towards his left, fake bowls it towards his right, and bowls it towards his left. Cincinnati 2 points behind this West Virginia Chaos club. 7 points for the visitors and 5 for Cincinnati. We have an offside flag raised by the near linesman, and West Virginia gets the ball back far hand side. Nice turnout of fans here tonight. Not as full as the home opener, but we see some youth teams here, the Cincinnati United. And coming down from the Dayton region off of 747, saw a couple banners for Cincinnati United's team as well. They're taking, not scholarships, but tryouts.
I think it's a great way to start, especially here, to get these kind of looks of in Cincinnati. You know, and get these players who are in college and looking to pursue later on.
Good sweep by a Chaos defender. Bounced off the ankles of a Cincinnati Dutch Lion. And Teepin will control the ball again. Like we mentioned, Teepin was the backup for the Dayton USL Pro team. And when Stuver came down from the Columbus Crew on a assignment, there was no room for a third goalie. So Teepin's getting a chance to continue playing in the PDL with the West Virginia Chaos, who call Charleston, West Virginia home.
I think that's the best thing for these players is, you know, sometimes you got to rearrange of where you're playing, but the fact that these players are receiving playtime and experience, and you can't beat that.
Delayed offside flag by a near official. Pass towards McClure as he broke through the West Virginia defense line, and Teepin gets the rolling soccer ball back at his feet. Now picked up by number 3, Danilo Radjin. Radjin playing his 4th game for the Chaos. Now bounced on the near hand side. And here comes Noriega. Nice pass from Noriega. Popped up. He'll control it in the near corner. Guarded very nicely by the Dutch Lions number 4, Ryan Meyer. West Virginia looks to tie things up. They're in their attacking third. Swept around by Daniel Stratford. Now taking control by Tyler Fabian. Chip pass intended for Fabian. Gets behind Oswald and it will roll just left of the net. Almost a corner for the Chaos, but Cincinnati controls it nicely. That could have been disastrous, but good heads-up movement by the Dutch Lions defense. As Grant has it hit off his hand. That's a handball, and West Virginia gets the ball right back. In our 14th minute of action here in Cincinnati, Ohio, the Dutch Lions lead the West Virginia Chaos 1-0. A header goes behind the Dutch Lions bench. Throw in for the Chaos.
So far, the Dutch Lions are looking pretty good defensively. Had a couple slip.
Intended for Osborne, Ryan Osborne. Throw in for Dion Peters and the West Virginia Chaos. Back to Peters. He'll roll in front. Has someone on the near side open. There's a tangling of 2 players, and it's taken away by the Dutch Lions' Kyle Smith. Almost rolled past.
A little long there.
Now picked up by the Chaos. Stratford with it once more. Back to Peters on the far side.
Good block.
Chipped off a Dutch Lion. Peters will have a throw in for his Chaos crew. Peters has the ball in his right hand, and he'll leave it go in favor of Stuart Grable, number 12. And Grable will two-hand it inside. There's a spin and a twist by Adam Arthur, and the Dutch Lions pop it up in the air, attempted to clear it, but there's a chest bump by Stratford, and the Chaos continue their possession of the ball. Stratford, clean sweep in front for Fabian. Now back to Peters, far inside the 18-yard box. Off the foot of Grable. Loop it up. Off a Dutch Lion. Picked up by the Chaos. And Oswald comes up big in the air with the jumper.
Chaos look to be making an advance as to score after that quick 30-second goal by the Dutch Lions. I'm sure that kind of caught them off guard a little bit. It seemed like they were sleeping those first 30 seconds, and now they have to make up for lost time.
Popped up over the net into the parking lot. Please don't hit my car. And that will be a goal kick for Cincinnati. Sound the alarms. Nice idea by West Virginia. In the past few minutes, they've had great ideas, great passing, and they kept in their attacking half. Meanwhile, it's just popped off the foot of Fabian, and that's a goal kick for the Dutch Lions. Out of the reach of Adam Arthur for West Virginia. Cincinnati controls it far hand side, looking for their second win of the 2014 PDL season. West Virginia looking to stay atop of the South Atlantic Division. Gentle wind blows through Xavier University's soccer complex named Corcoran Field.
The lights have also just been turned on, so you're going to see the sunset in a bit.
Noriga crosses it to the far hand side. Header by Dutch line, picked up by Peters now. Peters rolls into the far corner of the 18-yard box. Peters controls the ball, sweeps it. Header by Dutch line, and nice clear by Garrett Halfhill. Meanwhile, West Virginia back with the ball again. Cincinnati has not had a lot of looks in their attacking half for past 5 or 6 minutes.
Unfortunately, it's been all defensive.
McClure tangled up. We'll have a whistle, and it's Cincinnati ball.
Looked like a little bit of grabbing there by West Virginia.
McClure wins the battle with a whistle, and it's a free kick for Cincinnati. Right now,
Brent's talking to the refs, trying to see what exactly he did and what the penalty is for. But I think if you were here, you could very clearly see.
No card issued. No card issued. Free kick just southeast of the Xavier X, donning the pitch. Taking this kick will be Halfhill. Floater in the air, header by West Virginia out of the 18-yard box, and Peters looks to help the Chaos move it past the midfield line. McClure with goal number 4 in this season. That's why Cincinnati leads 1-0, now in the 19th minute of action here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Peters now takes the middle of the pitch. Booms a kick to the far corner. Picked up by Cincinnati's number 3, Nick DeSalvatore. He's playing all 3 games thus far, now all 4 games thus far for Cincinnati. Far hand side, DeSalvatore controls it right in front of his bench. And McClure is on the race with a West Virginia defender, Radjan.
Out of bounds.
Swept off the concrete wall on the far hand side. Interesting fact about the corners to your right if you're watching YouTube or here at the pitch. The far corner is a smooth bend, whereas the near corner is a corner, a 90-degree right angle, as Tijan comes up with a grab right in front of the goal line.
There's only so much space that they have to work here with Victory Parkway running through and Dana, and it's very hilly, so...
Busy intersection too, lots of car horns, especially during the national anthem. There's a kick, and right at T-Pen's hands from Chris Harmon.
I would have suspected the alarm was from one of the soccer balls flying over, but
luckily that's not the case.
That's not the case this time.
Sent back the other way into the 18-yard box for West Virginia. Oswald lowers it down with his left foot, and they'll drag it slowly. Something also interesting here, we mentioned the fans briefly, but we have some of the Orange Legion members here. They're one of the loudest support groups you can ever find. They chant for 90 minutes, especially against Sacramento. Just non-stop support for their Dutch Lions squad. It is very beautiful.
That's great to see too, especially with a new team like this. They can get all the support they can get, and they're trying to grow, and that's the kind of support that they need.
Adam Arthur controls it for West Virginia. It's poked away by the Dutch Lions in the attacking half of the Chaos. Chasing that ball is Ryan Osborne, but he's not going to get to it as Oswald controls it just in front of the 6-yard box. Meyer gets it around a Chaos member, but it's now picked up by number 14, Daniel Smee. Bouncer heading towards Oswald, and he makes another save. Oswald on the season in 3 games has 15 saves. That's an average of 5 per game. He's allowed 4 goals, and that average dropping slowly as the game goes on. In 3 games, the goals allows average is at 1.33, so about a goal and a third. Because, you can totally have third of a goal,
that's
second, 2/3 of a goal, that's totally in soccer, right? Peters has it once again for West Virginia. Tries to send it to the near hand side. Adam Arthur, good breakaway, but his boots right into Oswald's hands, and the goalie makes another save.
Oswald already has his work cut out for him, it seems like.
West Virginia has been very aggressive in their half. Just Oswald's been everywhere they kicked the ball at. Swept over the touch line on the far hand side, and it's a throw in for West Virginia. Chaos in the white jerseys with red shorts. Dutch Lions in the orange tops with white shorts and blue socks. And the referees donning neon green. To near hand side, Noriega. Moves it up front, Fabian. Back to Noriega. Noriega on the near hand side, tangles up with a Dutch Lion, and the referee blows his whistle for a free kick for West Virginia.
A little bit of scramble there. They both ended up on the turf.
West Virginia will send Stratford for this free kick.
It's good to see aggressive play, though.
All right, fans, here's everybody's favorite Lion. Get on your feet.
Leo the Lion has joined the fans in the stands. You can see him prowling around Dock Stadium in Dayton when the W League team and the USL Pro team are here. He's made the trip all the way to the Queen City in Southwest Ohio.
That mascot reminds me very much of the mascot in Madagascar.
Free kick bumped off the head of Peters. Arthur controls it. Meyer cleans it away from him. This is going to go past the midfield line. McClure tries to sweep around his defender, but it's out of bounds on the Dutch Lions. Throw in for West Virginia in Cincinnati's attacking half.
McClure's speed definitely is apparent when he's chasing down with the West Virginia defender.
Arthur to his left. Off the navy blue X. Noriega, Jose Noriega. To Peters now. Peters now on the near hand side. Bumped up the air off of Meyer's foot awkwardly. Allows West Virginia to get it again. Noriega with a cross. And chasing this back for the Chaos is going to be number 14 in Daniel Smee. The Chaos control at far hand side. There's a header wide left. Goal kick Cincinnati. That header by Jose Noriega. Good idea. Just a hair to the left of the open net. Cincinnati hasn't had the ball in their attacking half for a little while now. West Virginia's been very aggressive, and you see that aggressiveness right there. They had possession of the ball, but Smith stripped by Adam Arthur. Back for Dion Peters. His header will bounce 3 times into the hands of Eric Oswald.
And this situation exactly is where their head coach, Allen, was saying, we need to get more creative in the midfield because they seem to be stuck right now and they can't seem to cross that midfield line to get any offensive possessions.
We have a Dutch line down, play on, ball rolls past the touch line far hand side. Throw in for Cincinnati in front of the visiting bench. Adam Arthur sweeps it off the chest, up the chest of a Dutch line. Picked up nicely by Adam Arthur. He has a goal for the Chaos.
Great look.
And there's a boot. Over the hand of Teepin, and that's a strike for Cincinnati's number 6, Tanner Petrick, his first score of the season. It's 2-0 Cincinnati in the 26th minute.
What a great start for the Dutch Lions here.
In the first minute, Jeff McClure strikes for his 4th goal of the season to lead the team. And now Tanner Petrick gets a nice look over the hands of Sean Teepin. And the Dutch Lions lead by 2.
They may not get as many offensive looks, but when they do, boy, they make it count. And that's what really matters is execution.
Now the Chaos down by 2. Arthur.
See a little bit of sway and momentum here.
McClure between 3 Chaos defenders. The ball is stripped away from the striker. And here comes Arthur. Arthur controls it, bounced off by Petrick. Moves it up past the final line of defense, and Oswald will watch the ball roll slowly towards his 18-yard box. And a bowl over for Garrett Halfhill. Almost a strip, and almost come away with a good look at the net was Tyler Fabian. And we'll have a throw in near hand side for West Virginia. 2-0 Cincinnati is our score. We go with a throw in towards his left. Off the feet of Ryan Osborne. And now controlling this ball is Smee. Smee in front, trying to get it to Peters before the goal line. Peters controls it outside the 18-yard box, far hand side. Peters rolls it off the 2 Dutch Lions. Oswald watches the ball bounce between the Dutch Lions' leg. He'll pick it up.
A little bit of a scramble there, and you can see Smee with a little bit of frustration.
West Virginia has had plenty of good looks in the game of soccer. You got to keep your good looks coming if you're ever to score a goal. Smith now for Cincinnati.
Perfect example of this is where your execution comes in play, and West Virginia has all these looks, but they can't seem to finish.
Meyer near hand side, right by the midfield line, finds Petrick. He just scored the 2nd Cincinnati goal. Farming up in the air. And now taking this away is number 14 in Smee. Back to Peters now. He's on the right-hand flank of the pitch. Rolls a pass up front. Arthur rolls it. Nice slide by Dutch Line. Picked up, however, by West Virginia's Daniel Stratford. Noega controls it. Near hand side. Towards his right. There's Stratford again. Cincinnati. Between 2 Chaos members. That was Petrick trying to clear it away. And with a boot up in the air, Jake Stovall hits it past the midfield line. Shadows starting to set in over Xavier University. Beautiful evening here. Throw-in award to West Virginia in front of the public address announcers table. Stovall swings around a Chaos member, picks off the ball right by the touchline and bounces off the hill, and that's off West Virginia's Cincinnati throw-in. We can talk about the standings real quick. Like we mentioned, Cincinnati part of the South Atlantic Division of the Eastern Conference. 2 points behind first place West Virginia. There's a bouncer, 18-yard. McClure's got the ball again. Can he keep it past the end line or before the end line? We have a whistle. Looks like Cincinnati has a free kick.
Jordan Grant looks slow to get up there. He had a hard hit and flew over one of the defenders' backs. Had some big air on that one.
Jordan Grant scored the first and second goals of Cincinnati Dutch Lions history.
Ever here for Cincinnati.
And then Jeff McClure with his first right after those 2 goals. That's why Cincinnati left here a couple weeks ago with a tie to River City. Tied 3-3, but next week, Cincinnati would take a 1-0 win. Boots over the net, and that's a goal kick for West Virginia. We can go back to the entire PDL standings. In the Eastern Conference, West Virginia's tied with CFC Azul in the Northeast Division, and 3 teams in the Mid-Atlantic Division in the Eastern Conference: Jersey Express, Reading United AC, and Long Island and the Rough Riders. That's a pretty cool name for a soccer team.
That is.
Walker.
The Rough Riders.
Walker moves it to McClure now, inside the 18-yard box, and West Virginia takes the ball away from the striker. Noega near hand side. Off his left foot. Off to the races goes Garrett Halfhill. And he'll turn around, keeps the ball for the Orange. Meanwhile, Peters has it just outside the 18-yard box. Peters crosses it.
What a save!
What a swap by
Diving
Oswald.
save.
Swap by Oswald. That's a corner kick for West Virginia. They're second on the night. Cincinnati yet to attempt a corner.
Alan Grothaus isn't kidding when he says that Oswald is their MVP.
Definitely a big-time swat on there.
Wow.
some air over the pitch, and he just knocks that ball away. That could have been trouble, and that would have been a goal for West Virginia, but Oswald with the ups, and taking this corner kick now for West Virginia is going to be Stratford. He took the first one as well. High in the air, into the 18-yard box. Tracking it down is going to be Fabian off a chest of Norega, and Walker comes away with the ball for Cincinnati, clearing it all the way towards the Xavier X. Now picked up by Stuart Grable. Nice header set up, and Oswald comes up with the ball. Adam Arthur a little bit late in that assignment. Meanwhile, McClure, he's tangled up with a defender. McClure, he won't get to the ball. Sean Teepin, good read. And it's back for West Virginia.
These kids seem to be loving this hill here at the stadium.
Nice thing about this pitch is behind the aluminum seats we have a grassy slope.
And it's pretty steep.
It's not a bad view, not a bad view though for soccer.
But I do suggest bringing a blanket, which can be a downfall.
These fans have done so. Some of the Cincinnati United fans sitting in front of us. It's a good time. It's a good place to catch some USL PDL soccer.
And it's a beautiful day.
Cincinnati has it right in front of the PDL banner on the far hand side. This ball will bounce a couple times, and Stovall will hit up Oswald. It's back to Stovall, far hand side. Pops it up past the midfield line over Jeff McClure's head, and the three defenders behind him will hit TP back up for the ball. Leo the Lion prancing right behind the touchline, watching his team enjoy a 2-0 lead here in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Seems that West Virginia has slowed down their pace a little bit. I think they're trying to get better looks than they were before. But at the same time, the Dutch Lions have been playing pretty good defense overall.
Peters backspaces it. Now in the hands of number 5, Travis Brent. The center circle.
Can't seem to be getting those looks.
Seems like the defense and the midfielders have grouped up a lot better in the past few minutes, and West Virginia hasn't been getting those many chances as they had.
At goal, correct. It's been a little more midfield play, which is what the Dutch Lions would like to see, but at the same time, obviously, you need some offensive possessions as well, and that's, as we said before, where that creative play needs to come in for the Dutch Lions to get past that hump and to get past the midfield.
Peters trying to hit up the near side. He finds a pass. Unfortunately, it's offside for West Virginia, and that will be a kick for Eric Oswald. He, like the Dutch Lions, looking for his second win of the season. Cincinnati comes into today's game 1 win, 0 losses, and 2 ties. One of them here, one of them on the road in southern West Virginia against the Kings Warriors. We'll see them in the future. McClure inside the 18-yard box off the back of his defender, and that's a throw-in for Cincinnati in the 35th minute of action. You see the accolades of Xavier soccer here. A couple of conference championships, 2010, 2011, part of the Atlantic 10 Conference, now in the Big East.
That's what I was going to say. That was a big change for us, and it was a little bit of a struggle, but the men's soccer team did a good job with the change. Harder opponents, difficult conference.
If you're in Cincinnati, you follow the collegiate sports, would you ever believe that Cincinnati wouldn't be in the Big East at this point? Xavier would?
Would, yeah. Well, Cincinnati was at one time in the Big East for basketball, that is. Now they're in the American Conference, but
the old Big East.
The old Big East, but really, what is the old Big East? It's not quite like it used to be.
Out of the reach of a streaking chaos, Ryan Osborne, not Oswald, Osborne, and the Dayton second time. Cincinnati Dutch Lions will move the ball up front.
Take 2.
Take 2. Well, take 3. Meyer controls it near hand side, moves it forward from Walker back to Meyer. Attacking the near flank, there's Petrick. He's just scored his first goal of the season in the 26th minute of action. McClure stalks the ball, But it's back over for Sean Teepin. Teepin's looked solid in the net tonight for West Virginia.
Oh, definitely. He hasn't seen as much action as Oswald, but for what he has seen, he's done a good job. He seems to be controlling, making smart decisions.
That first minute goal, McClure took it away from the defense, and Scratch of Teepin was stretched out. In the 26th minute, Teepin just couldn't get enough air on that Petrick loop.
And I think that first goal, it's sad to say, but West Virginia all kind of looked like they were asleep, and the Dutch Lions just caught them off guard.
Looked like the Dutch Lions also had a kick of fire as well to begin this game.
They did.
You saw they were in their attacking.
A great advantage early, obviously, 30 seconds.
Petrick controls it now. Laces a pass towards his right, picked up by Myers. He crosses the midfield line. Smith finds McClure. Onside, McClure. He's got 4 Chaos defenders. McClure hits this wide left. Goal kick for West Virginia.
For being 4-on-1, you still had a pretty good look at that goal, though.
Sir McClure, as he's known on Twitter, he wanted his followers to follow the Dutch Lions, help them stay undefeated. Probably one of the cooler usernames. Your tweet handle, I guess, is the proper term. I should know. I have Twitter.
You would think, right?
You would think, but
so do I. But I would not have corrected myself on that either.
We have a whistle. West Virginia is going to get a free kick here on a foul for Cincinnati. They're going to enter their attacking third, or actually, the referee says back up a bit, boys. They're going to be kicking this right by the water coolers of the Dutch Lions. There's a kick far hand side. This one looks real good. Missed header, but it's drawn back in the 18-yard box near hand side. That looks to be Ryan Osborne with it. Osborne surrounded by a pride of Lions and off to the races. Here comes number 19 and Kevin Walker. McClure now. He gets it bumped away, and here come the rest of the Dutch Lions. Jordan Grant. Grant controls it far inside to McClure off his foot, and West Virginia clears it away from the dangerous strikers. West Virginia is coming back with a quick reply. There's number 3 and Rajan. Rajan controls it. Near hand side for West Virginia. Back for Noriega. We talked a little bit about Noriega before, and you saw him up front. You also see him in the back too for West Virginia. He's spreading out the field nicely.
They do like to send him pretty much all over the field. He's quick.
Arthur's inside the 18-yard box as Peters has it, far hand side. 3 orange jerseys around Peters as he heads towards the far corner flag.
Peters seems to be a great attacking player for West Virginia.
He can handle the ball very well as that boot goes wide to the left of the net. That's a goal kick for Cincinnati. (2-0 Dutch Lions. First goal scored by Jeff McClure, his 4th on the season. The very first minute of action, in the first 30 seconds of action. And in the 26th minute, Tanner Petrick strikes for his first goal of the season. West Virginia ball.
Jeff McClure keeping that streak going. 4 straight goals in 4 straight games.
And Marfer spins the ball around, back for Stratford towards his right. Peters will control the ball now. He's spotted up by DeSalvatore of Cincinnati. Stratford heading towards the arc, back trails it. Now it finds the foot of Smee. Peters with Smee as his trailer. He'll blast one. It'll bounce off Oswald, but he'll make a nice catch off that bounce in the 6-yard box as he looks towards his right.
Peters looked to be going for any chance at goal at that point. A little bit of frustration, it seems like.
Peters.
Considering the amount of opportunities that they've had.
And diving for that ball was Chris Harmon. He couldn't get to there. Nice defensive read by West Virginia as Teepin will roll it towards his left, give Harmon a slap on the back.
It was a good idea, good effort.
Now we're in our 42nd minute of action here at Xavier University. Lights are blazing bright on this artificial turf. Still sunlight in the air. Nice wispy clouds as well.
It's cooling down a little bit. There's not much sun left on the field now. It's nice that it stays brighter, longer, and later.
It's finally summertime here in Ohio as Arthur stretches inside the 18-yard box. And Walker cuts off an incoming chaos. McClure can't get to the ball. His defender cuts him off. That was Radjan. Good read by Radjan, taking his place in front of the streaking striker. And the Chaos have the ball once again. Fabian to Smee, far hand side, back to Peters. Peters, before today's game, had the most shots on goal with 6, and Oswald robs him
for another diving save.
You see Peters taking a lot of shots on the goal. He spread the ball out a lot today towards his teammates, trying to make something happen.
He's starting to take those long shots, though.
Cincinnati comes in. Nice drop defense. It's back for Grant. Grant takes it past the arc to McClure, and the offside flag raises. Offside against Cincinnati, and the ball goes back to the Chaos.
A little far ahead of McClure, but Grant had a great move there. Good idea. Fortunately, little far ahead.
Riga controls it near hand side. Cincinnati's attacking third.
Hear a lot of talk on defense, which is good to see for the Dutch Lions. Quiet down a little bit for West Virginia, though. You can see the frustration kicking in a little bit.
Also saw Adam Arthur there trying to talk to his defensive line, trying to keep open lanes of communication. Communication is key, no matter if it's sports or not.
Defense, offense.
Goalies, too.
Yep.
You got to talk to your defensive line. Nice header, but it goes past the touchline. Good attempt by West Virginia. That's a throw in for Cincinnati to the right of the bench.
Even though it went out, those plays, you never know what it could lead to, and it's good to see the effort.
Exactly. You keep the ball alive. Who knows what your team can do.
Exactly.
Free kick, Cincinnati. Taking this on the far hand side is Nick DeSalvatore. For tonight's game, played 213 minutes of action for Cincinnati. Throw in for West Virginia now.
A little bit of confusion where to throw that to.
They'll finally settle on Daniel Stratford taking it, a midfielder, off the back of a
right
Dutch
where we
line.
started.
And another throw in for West Virginia. Radjan controls it, far hand flank. Off of 2 Dutch Lions, picked up by Kyle Smith. McClure off his left shoulder. He looks to track the ball down. 2 defenders. McClure almost gets a piece of it. Walker tries to strip it away. And here comes Noriega and the Chaos. He'll take a tumble off the pitch. Play on is the call. Now we have Halfhill kicking it towards Oswald. And we have a whistle.
Delayed.
And yes, that will be a free kick for the Chaos.
Before the officials indicated there will be 2 extra minutes.
And 2 extra minutes of stoppage time here in our first half, where Cincinnati leads 2-0 against West Virginia. These 2 teams separated by 2 points apiece. West Virginia 7 points. Cincinnati in third place with 5. So 2 minutes of stoppage time. The clock won't roll on here, but 2 minutes of stoppage time, very dangerous, especially for this Chaos team that's had many chances.
If you were to watch this game, I don't think you would predict the score to be 2-0 the Dutch Lions. Obviously, that's great for them, but much more frustrating with the opportunities that West Virginia has had.
Peters with an attack, and Oswald comes up within his 6-yard box. Peters had a good break on his defender and got a nice open shot on the side. It finds Oswald's hands as he'll clear it to the 18-yard box. Teepin will hold it against Jordan Grant. And West Virginia moves forward on the far hand flank. Nice takeaway by Stovall there, a Wright State Raider. Stovall towards his right finds Grant. Grant with a boot, and Teepin with a diving save towards his right. Both goalies have been outstanding today thus far. As West Virginia moves it, Arthur was the intended target, finds Ryan Meyer instead for Cincinnati. McClure towards his left. He'll look for an open number 10.
Kyle Smith.
Smith backtracks it, far hand side. Patrick watches it. Now off the foot of Chris Harmon. Looped up in the air, over the head of a Dutch Lion in the 18-yard box. Goal kick for the Chaos. Goal kick for the Chaos. Teepin playing his 4th game for West Virginia. He's allowed now 6 goals on the season, was 4 before tonight's contest. And that's the whistle. That is halftime here at Xavier University Soccer Complex. Your halftime score, Cincinnati Dutch Lions 2 and the West Virginia Chaos 0. Goals for Cincinnati, Jeff McClure in the first minute, that's his 4th. And Tanner Petrick finds his first goal of the season in the 26th minute of action. What were your thoughts on that first half?
It's great to see the execution of Cincinnati. I mean, as I was saying before, it's very obvious and apparent that they haven't had as many chances on offense, but when they do, they really take advantage of that. And I think that's the best part of this game right now. And you can really see the frustration. And even watching the West Virginia Chaos, they seem to be a little bit more sluggish, not as into it, not communicating as well. And I think they're really down on the fact that they've had all these opportunities, but they can't finish.
Now, if you're Coach Grassi, if you're heading towards the West Virginia locker room, what's some of the key points you got to talk to your team about, saying, hey, you're still in this. You had great looks. You just got to put them in. What's some of the momentum or one of the things you could tell your team?
I think the big thing is talk. Kind of just like you said. I think they're much more quiet than Cincinnati, and they have the looks, but Peters, he's taking a lot of crazy shots right now, and I think it's really getting across the fact that you need to look for your other teammates as well, and teamwork and being smart with it.
And real quick, if you're Coach Nichols of Cincinnati, what do you tell your team?
Keep it up. The defense, I think this is his big factor, and he's been saying it over and over again, is midfield. Try new things. I think they need to mix it up a little bit. Their defense is really controlling this game and helping them out, which is great. But I think you want to see some more offense and try to change the offense, mix it up, and get creative with it.
That being said, we're at halftime. Cincinnati 2, West Virginia 0. You are watching it live on the official YouTube page of the Dutch Lions at youtube.com/Dutch Lions Gateway. We'll be back after this.
But I think you want to see some more offense.
In the Tri-State, so we are here. Our Beacon team live and work in your community, and we invite you to call or email us. Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we believe patients come first.
All right, fans, let's go play.
When it stays on. When it stays on, lads. When it stays on, it's some Cristiano Ronaldo in. Yeah? Oh, I'm Neymar.
I try so hard, but I think you don't see, because I'm moving so fast. We call it rock and rolling. My weapon seems useless because you're on with me. You are impossible to beat. You're always straight and trying. Oh, it's a little
never do that.
One nil, and the crowd goes wild.
Son, I got 50,000 fans screaming my name.
That's not fair.
Well, I've got boots that aren't even out yet.
Perfectly timed.
David Luiz! Você não parece David Luiz. Você tem uma peruca feia.
You mean Iniesta?
Zlatan thinks that Zlatan should take it.
Sono contento di non essere lui.
It's a good header though.
Get that! Come on! Come on! Come on!
It can be the hub.
Heading away by Luis. The straight to win, Rooney! The English will have scored into the top corner. The next goal wins. No campo de ataque. Cristiano Ronaldo. Vai Cristiano. Lindo passe. Vai garoto. Vai nessa garoto. Linda fita. Vai fazer. Chega Davi Luiz. Opa! That could be a penalty.
Penalty, really?
Die! Die! Silva! They're going to give the penalty. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. But hold on a second.
Ma chi è questo?
He's taken the ball off Cristiano Ronaldo.
Feel like you're locked into an automotive lease? SwapAlease.com has the key for you. No hassle. Just a quick, easy, and inexpensive way to exit your auto lease. Log on and let SwapAlease.com show you how. If you want to get out of your lease, just go to SwapAlease.com.
When you think about Olympic athletes, you think about determination, passion, experience, compassion, pride, and aspiring to be the very best in their sport. You can expect the exact same qualities from the caring professionals at Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And now you can experience Olympic quality training with our D1 training facility at Beacon's Summitwood location. D1 offers experienced, customized training programs for all athletic levels, in addition to offering adult training programs. Beacon is extremely proud to provide full-service gold medal care and treatment to you and your family, all in our state-of-the-art facilities. Our goal is for you to be healthy and stronger so that you can make the very best at your game. Call us today at 354-3700 or check us out at beaconortho.com. Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where patients come first.
One of the hardest parts of this game is getting your opportunity. You got to dedicate yourself to it, and that's what it takes.
We've got a very special guest. I'm going to ask Landon Donovan to come up.
I want you to grasp today, make the most of it, enjoy it, have fun, keep yourself going. The rest of it is up to you guys. Never know, maybe I'll be playing with all y'all someday. We'll see you guys later. Thank you. For these kids, this is now the opportunity when the lights are on. It's their equivalent of a Saturday night, and you got to make the most of it. You got to really stand out.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Have fun, okay? You want to find players that are confident with the ball, intelligent without the ball, ideally an attacking-minded player. That was a nice goal. That's my guy. It's been a fun morning. Time to go to training.
Welcome to Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, a world-class sports medicine facility in Cincinnati built for you, the athletic and active patient. Our state-of-the-art surgical suites, MRI, and physical therapy are under one roof for the active athlete. Our staff and our physicians look forward to helping you through the difficult time of injury. We're here for you at Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Football is a constant battle, a constant audition. That's why I say to young players all over the world, seize your chance.
Rappresentare l'Italia per me è un onore, spero di rappresentarla nel migliore dei modi.
We all want to make the 8. This is our dreams, basically, our future, playing for our future here.
Not many get the chance to make their dream come true. You know you're 100th, and you know at the end, just 8 are picked out. So it's a lot of pressure for those guys.
Today, to exist at the top level, you need to be good everywhere, but be special somewhere. If you're here, it's because you're good. So don't miss the chance because you don't believe in yourself.
Every day you have to try to be the best, and that's really difficult. And it's not only about scoring goals, it's all about vision, technique. You are a team player, so you have to be a personality, so it's not just football.
We've gathered here together 100 players from all over the world, and over the next 3 days we're going to reduce that group down to 8 players who have the opportunity for a dedicated program full-time at the Nike Academy.
Eu não pensei ainda em outra coisa além do futebol. É como eu sempre falo, se não tornar jogador de futebol profissional, não sei o que eu vou fazer da vida.
축구 외에는 다른 거 생각해 본 적이 없어요. 제 능력을 그냥 끝까지 하는 게 목표예요. 만약에 안 되더라도 그냥 포기하지 않고 그냥 하는 게 제 스타일이에요.
I say things that are cliches people hear all the time, but there's a reason why people say them. My dad would always say, "Hey boy, if you don't shoot the ball, you won't score." That's the truth, man. If you don't take a risk, then how are you gonna get the rewards? There are gonna be a lot of ups, a lot of downs. You just gotta keep working. And really all you have control over is how hard you work in the game.
빨리 프로 선수가 되고 싶어서 그냥
그거 견디고 계속 했어요.
Eu penso assim que é nessa hora que vai dar pra mostrar quem é quem sabe mais, quem sabe menos.
I wait for this, I'm training hard months, years. Now is my opportunity.
Clearly we can only choose 32. Very interesting time in the next couple of hours now where we have to make our decisions.
Could play well off a big centre half, I think.
He looks physically challenged by the position.
His ability is far superior to any of the others that have just been mentioned in that team, and he's rightly there.
Halftime here at Xavier University Soccer Complex. Halftime score, Cincinnati 2, West Virginia Chaos 0. Beautiful night for soccer, and Cincinnati got off to a great start. In the very first minute of action, Jeff McClure took a defensive turnover and booted it past the West Virginia goalie. Cincinnati has led for all but 30 seconds of this game, and right now, the icing on the cake, Tanner Petrick looped the ball over the West Virginia goalie, Sean Teepin, and that's where we stand right now, 2-0. First goal for Petrick on the season, fourth for Sir McClure.
He's keeping that streak going. Scored a goal in every game so far.
As McClure boots the ball over. Cincinnati now heading from right to left, West Virginia left to right. Chaos in the white jerseys, red pants, and Cincinnati orange tops, white shorts, blue socks.
Chaos making sure that what happened in the first half didn't happen again.
And we talked about the chances, and you saw Peters control the ball for most of the closing moments of the first half. Let's see what West Virginia does here on a throw-in. It's picked up by Daniel Stratford. He's on the far hand side as West Virginia now heads to the right on your video player on YouTube. You can get that on your laptop, your desktop, your phone, your toaster if
pretty
it has
much everything.
Just
your
about
refrigerator, anywhere you can get Wi-Fi, 4G, whatever's out there now.
Actually, if you could get on your refrigerator, I'd be very, very impressed.
You know, that one surprised me though.
Ball bounces away, heading towards the near corner. That's the 90-degree right angle corner, and that's a goal kick for Cincinnati.
I think the toaster would be most impressive.
Yes, I would like the toaster to play this. Oswald gets the ball, a spectacular clean sheet in the first half for him. What's been some of your thoughts and visions on him in the first half?
Of Oswald, I would definitely give my MVP to him. I mean, he's made triple the saves as Teepin has, and as I was saying earlier, the offensive pressure for the Chaos has been there, so he's had just as much pressure to obviously make those saves, which he just made another one as I speak.
Peters has back-turned that pass, and the closest Chaos was number 6, Tyler Fabian, and he couldn't get there in time. Oswald comes away with the ball.
But Oswald is a very consistent goalie, and he also plays for Xavier. So I have a chance to watch him and see what he can do. And he was a big key factor for Xavier going into the Big East this past season.
Lots of locals on this Dutch Lions squad. We mentioned there's a Wright State Raider in DuPont. He'll be coming off the bench, presumably in the second half. A couple of Musketeers from Xavier. It's a good local club.
Oh, it's definitely. And one from Louisville, which isn't too far. A couple from Wright State, Southern Indiana. It's all pretty close.
Southern Indiana's name's the Screaming Eagles, one of the most unique names in sports around here, I'd say.
Screaming Eagles, yeah, that does not, not like a musketeer.
Peters gets the ball onside, heading towards the near corner is defender Stovall. Catches up with him very nicely. Peters takes it to the 18-yard box, off the hands of Oswald, and booted off of Peters. And off the dot, it goes over the net, goal kick Cincinnati. I thought for a minute that might have hit off the forearm of Peters, but it did not, as Peters rolled it to the penalty dot.
That could have gone either way.
Great look for West Virginia, and so far you've seen all the energy has been Chaos's way to start this second half. They're taking a page where they left off in the middle of the first half, where they had all sorts of good looks and takeaways too.
Seems to be starting all over again. I'm curious, and I wonder what their coach's speech was during halftime to get these guys back and motivated and focused.
Ball bounces out of the touchline. DeSalvatore will throw it towards his left, off the chest and off the foot of Petrick. He continues to chase after it, but Stuart Grable does a nice job controlling the ball for the Chaos. It's 2-0 Cincinnati. McClure with his 4th goal in the first minute of the game, and Petrick with his first in the 26th. On the near hand side, there is Fabian. Fabian drags it across. He finds in front Daniel Stratford. Leaves it behind, and now taking charge is Travis Brent. Ball loops over the head of the Dutch Lions defense, crosses the end line, and that's a goal kick for Cincinnati.
You can also find these stats, scores, and news, and much more, all exclusively on USLPDL.com. Keep up with the Cincinnati Dutch Lions.
I tell you, a wealth of information's on that website. That's where we got our stats.
They really do a great job of keeping that up and staying updated and giving thorough news. So that's good to see, especially with a new team.
And especially with all the teams in the PDL too. That is, I don't know the exact amount, but that's at least over 30 teams, I believe. West Virginia controls it. Nice stretch by Cincinnati's number 7, Chris Harmon. Header off a Chaos. It will go past the end line, and that will be Cincinnati's first corner kick of the night. West Virginia had 2 corner kicks in the first half. Cincinnati was 0, and the first one will be taken by Tanner Petrick.
I will be curious to see what they do with this because, like you said, this was their first corner kick of the game.
One of the more popular cheers from the Orange Legion is every corner is a goal. Let's see if that holds true to Cincinnati.
Seems like a couple more fans have rolled on in too during the second half, which is good to see.
Petrick with a corner, header off at Chaos, now finds McClure's feet. McClure out of the 18-yard box, back trails it. There's DeSalvatore rolling towards his left. DeSalvatore pops it in the air, wide left, almost leaving the park, but off a Xavier flag pole. And that will go as a goal kick for West Virginia. And actually, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I was going to say, good thing they have a little extra fence. You'd think that they would extend it all the way out. They only have an upper level fenced-in area, I guess you could say, in the middle. Kind of a little bit of it expands outside the goalpost, but you'd think you'll go a little bit farther considering there's a parking lot on the other side.
Now with the ball for the Chaos. There's going to be Adam Arthur. Back trails it near hand side. And intended for Daniel Smee. He pops it way high in the air, heading towards the amount of foliage. And that's a corner kick for West Virginia, their third of the night.
You could see Oswald was relieved on that one, seeing it go over the fence.
West Virginia is starting to rush Oswald in the 6-yard box. You see all the chances they had. And Stratford goes for the third corner of the night for West Virginia. Low liner off a Dutch Lion defender's head on the near hand side. And West Virginia plays it back in. Popped up in the air. Jordan Grant stumbles a bit, but it's right back for the Chaos. Chipped on the far hand side out of the reach of Peters, and Oswald gobbles up the ball as he slings it overhand to the far hand side. Good look for Cincinnati here. Off to the races are the Dutch Lions. There's a chipper wide left. To Skipper off the artificial pitch. That's a goal kick for West Virginia. And also a great answer right there because West Virginia spent a lot of time in Cincinnati's box. And for the Dutch Lions to come back that quick, that fast, that says numbers.
Definitely, definitely. And you can see a little bit more sense of urgency from the Chaos out here. And a little bit more communications and hand signals, which wouldn't be surprised if that was talked about during halftime.
Fabian marches it forward. Down the reach of Smee. And Petrick turns around, gobbles up the ball. There's a pass to McClure. Left, sweep to Grant. Grant on the near hand side. Looks towards his right. McClure's in front. DeSalvatore is towards his right. Picked up by Chris Harmon. Petrick now rolls towards the 18-yard box. Sweep to Grant. Grant will bounce it into the 18-yard box. Cleared by West Virginia. And the Chaos will poke it backwards to move forward.
Some great passing there by Cincinnati.
Peters can't get to the ball in time. Trapped in a 5-way with the Dutch Lions defense. Now Peters takes it off the Xavier X. And towards his right, there is Tyler Fabian. We also see a substitution. I see Jake Szabo has entered the game for West Virginia. Now Stratford has it, heading towards the arc. Off the foot of Strabo, Peters has it. Good luck, taking down the penalty box. We will have a penalty kick for the West Virginia Chaos. Bad break for the Dutch Lions defense. Peters had him all left behind. He's brought down in the 18-yard box.
Radjan's slow to get up.
And Peters will have himself a chance to give the Chaos their first goal of the game. Peters has 1 goal for the Chaos this season. If he makes this penalty kick, he'll have 2, and it looks like Peters won't be given the chance to.
I'm sure Peters would have loved to be given that chance, considering how many shots he's taken on goal today.
Stratford is going to take this penalty kick.
It's testing Oswald.
Stratford waits as the referee turns his back to the ball on the dot. Oswald versus Stratford. Penalty kick time in the 56th minute. 2-0 Cincinnati. Stratford off the dot. Off the hand of Oswald right in front of him.
Saved!
Wow!
Incredible!
Adam Arthur was the last one to respond to that. And Oswald comes up with not 1, but 2 big saves. That bounce
tipped off the pole, came back down, and he dived back the other way in order to make that second save.
That was beautiful.
Now that's goalkeeping.
So Oswald will kick this one away after that penalty kick.
Has to be pleased with that one.
And if you're West Virginia, that's got to build your frustration, but the Chaos are back at it. A tumbling Chaos does not result in the whistle. As Stratford picks this up. Header coming in from Tanner Petrick.
Cincinnati looks a little bit fired up after that save. As they should be.
As you saw off that save, Oswald was given a hug. And we have a tumbling Dutch Lion. Play on is the call as Adam Arthur moves it ahead. McClure is taken down. Play on again. McClure tangled down. 1 Chaos hits the turf.
And now we have dominoes.
And now we have a whistle. And that'll be a free kick for Cincinnati. And we have Harmon taking a boot. Things are getting a little restless right by the mid referee, and he says knock it off, break it up.
Chris Harmon in the middle of that one got a couple shoves.
Looked like he almost got kicked straight up the middle too. Very, very dangerous, and I'm sure not intentional. You're trying to get the ball. Feelings are getting a little bit restless.
Coming down to the wire, Chaos knows that they need to score, and the Cincinnati's just not having it.
And we're not talking about a penalty kick miss that went wide. We're talking about one that went off Oswald's hands up high. So that isn't just a missed penalty kick. That is a great save. Header by Chaos. McClure comes up with it near hand side. McClure to DeSalvatore now. DeSalvatore left for McClure. McClure.
I think another big thing for Cincinnati here is they're more patient with their offense.
Harmon off the chest of Travis Brent. He tries to get the ball again, but it is Adam Arthur that comes up with the ball for West Virginia. Now you see things are starting to get a little physical. You see a lot of hands in the back, trying to jump and then land on someone. You see a little bit more physicality going on.
That's expected. I mean, time is ticking away, and it's more frustrating when you know, I mean, you just had your chance to get on the board and you can't even execute that, that's definitely going to cause some frustration.
Offside against West Virginia. The pass to Peters broke through all three defensemen, and that's Cincinnati's ball.
And it's not necessarily just all poor execution on the Chaos. I think it's also just great goaltending by Oswald.
And like you saw in the beginning of the second half, they had a lot of chances, and they were swarming that 6-yard box. And
could not get anything through.
Exactly. Stovall controls it on the Dutch Lions defensive line. Marks it to the far hand side. That was Garrett Halfhill controlling the ball. 2-0 Cincinnati's our score. The Dutch Lions looking for their first win here and looking to stay undefeated in this young 2014 PDL season.
You can also keep up with the Cincinnati Dutch Lions on Facebook. You can visit the USL Pro fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/USLPDL.
Great breakaway for the Dutch Lions, but a greater save by Sean Tiepen. He's really held his own tonight.
Oh, definitely.
And also, you mentioned USL Pro. We're going to have a doubleheader Sunday in West Carrollton with a W League game against the Atlanta Silverbacks, and then the men take on the Rochester Rhinos, an affiliate of the New England Revolution of the MLS.
Anytime you have a doubleheader, you know that's going to be a long game.
It's beautiful.
A long day.
Hopefully it's a beautiful day for soccer in West Carrollton, Ohio. You've seen the pictures of Dock Stadium?
I have.
It's beautiful turf. Betcher controls it as he rolls towards his left-hand side. There's Jordan Grant. Grant by the near corner. He flips this one in the air. McClure out-headed, and it's heading back for Meyer. Meyer sweeps his T-pin, jumps off the top of the net. Goal kick for West Virginia. Great idea by Meyer, just a couple of inches high in the sky. Now for West Virginia, the key here, get back to the boxes because you were really flooding inside there to begin the second half. There's an onside pass to Peters. Keeps it behind him, and Peters does a great job with Halfhill breathing down his neck. He spins it to Arthur now, far hand side. Arthur, a three-bouncer into the arms of Eric Oswald. No problem there for the Cincinnati goalie.
This is where the sense of urgency needs to kick in for the Chaos.
Keep in mind you do have 29 minutes left in the game, plus any stoppage time you might occur. But time's starting to roll out as the sun's starting to disappear from the Cincinnatian sky. So are your chances as West Virginia's called with another offside. Offside against the Chaos. It's Cincinnati ball. 2-0 is our score. McClure with his fourth strike in the very first minute of the game. And Petrick with his first goal in the 26th.
Fans, Nike is a proud sponsor of USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information.
McClure will pick up the header from West Virginia. He'll bounce it towards Jordan Grant. Grant watches the Chaos, swerves around one kick, and Tiepen comes up with a nice grab as he dives towards his right. Again, shots on Tiepen. He stood tall in his boxes, I should say.
He's been doing a good job cutting off the angles. I will say that.
Bouncer in West Virginia's attacking third. Stovall sweeps it towards the Xavier X in the center. And off to the races comes Jake Szabo. Szabo, the first sub of the game. He finds Stratford behind the arc. Intended for Arthur off the feet of Daniel Smee. And Cincinnati has it once again.
The possessions, offensive possessions, that is, seem to be pretty. Goal!
Goal by Kyle Smith. And Cincinnati now leads 3-0. Open flank, near hand side. And the Dutch Lions lead by a trio of goals.
In the 63rd minute, goal by number 9.
Correction, that goal was by Jeff McClure. That's his second of the game.
Jeff McClure with his second goal tonight, one away from the hat trick. He had 3 before tonight's contest. He now has 5. And he's moving up the ladders of the entire USL PDL in goals scored.
And obviously Cincinnati's leading scorer.
Nice setup by Kyle Smith, too, down there as well. Got to give him some credit on that.
Oh, definitely. They really have been doing a good job passing on offense and getting players open and moving. You know, they're not just standing around.
Smee to Arthur, off a Dutch Lion, and Smee with a header right off the head of a Dutch Lion. And like you mentioned, time is of the urgency.
Especially now.
McClure with goals in the first and 63rd minute now of our contest. Cincinnati leads 3-0. Oswald still pitching a clean sheet as he will take this lacing ball and watch it go wide towards the Xavier X logo. And that's a goal kick for the Dutch Lions. Or is it going to be a free kick for... No, it will be a goal kick. My apologies. I saw the middle referee holding a ball in his hands, and I thought that would have been a free kick.
You would think.
But it's not. It is a goal kick for the Dutch Lions. We talked a little bit about the crowd in the first half. Second half, more people have come through. And the people that were here for the first game, they're sticking around. They are loving up this soccer team they have. And Cincinnati becoming real hotbed of soccer. State of Ohio, actually. I mean, you have several teams around here. You have an indoor soccer team that used to play at Tri-County, the Soccerplex. You ever seen indoor soccer?
I have never seen indoor soccer. I've had a couple friends who were involved with indoor soccer. It's definitely different.
It's really neat. It's kind of like hockey where you can go in a penalty box and your blue cards are pretty much, hey, go in for 2 minutes. When first I saw it, I was like, wow.
Where did you see that?
That was here in Cincinnati, Tri-County Soccerplex near the mall.
Yep.
As Cincinnati gets a throw in here. Really unique sport still. It maintains the beautiful aspects of the outdoor game on this pitch. Teepin gets the ball in the 6-yard box, and he'll softly roll it towards his left.
It's a great way to spend your Friday.
Beautiful night for a soccer game or what have you. Beautiful skies. The last time we were here, we had a chance of rain, and actually it downpoured when I was heading back towards the Dayton area. But we got that game in. It was okay. Tonight, I don't have to worry about anything.
That's not a problem.
Exactly.
That's always good to see.
Now, if it downpours on my trip back home, I'm calling shenanigans. Entering our 67th minute as Cincinnati has the ball, and West Virginia will have a sub coming up. Looks like 3 out there. It might be 13, Guilherme Frota. And I think it is because there was no number 3. Meanwhile, taking this ball, Kyle Smith to Grant on the near-hand side. Grant zigzags towards the 18-yard box, now heading towards the 6. McClure blasts this high off the fence. Goal kick, West Virginia.
That was a great move made by Grant in order to open McClure up on that. Just a little high. Make sure to follow at USL PDL on Twitter for all the latest updates.
Also their Facebook page, good source of information too.
Social media.
Exactly. Dutch Lions, Cincinnati Dutch Lions on Twitter and Facebook.
That, I believe, is the best way to get updated on anything. Is you always see everyone on their phones updating their statuses or scrolling through the Twitter feed.
Can't say I didn't do that for halftime. Here inside for the Chaos, past the center line. Chip to Peters as he's almost falling down, but it's Tyler Fabian. He controls it back to Peters. Peters off the body of Meyer. He loses the ball, and it's off his foot, out of bounds. Throw in for Cincinnati.
Good idea by Peters.
Steve Peters has still maintained that speed. He really hasn't lost any of his momentum. I mean, he's starting to get tired, sure, as athletes here on the pitch, of course, that's part of the game. You get tired. But you see Peters still going full blast with his speed.
Still a step ahead of everyone, it seems like.
Stovall will get a throw in for Cincinnati in front of the aluminum bleachers. He'll throw it high in the sky, two-handed, And this will hit off of Chaos's head. Swing kick over Stovall's head, and Halfhill will bounce it away from Peters. Peters had his right foot up in the air looking for that ball to fall down. Good defensive move by Cincinnati there.
Big thing that I've noticed too is Cincinnati seems to be spacing out a little bit better.
For number 14, Daniel Smees.
Daniel Smees out of the game for Guilherme Frota. That's now 3 subs in for the Chaos.
Sure, they probably want some fresh feet, some fresh looks, because they have to change something up in order to get on this scoreboard.
Cincinnati leads 3-0. Jeff McClure with 2 goals, and with 1, Tanner Petrick. Into our 70th minute of action here in Cincinnati. Dreams starting to bloom. It's beautiful down here if you've never seen Xavier University. Good old campus.
Oh yeah, the best part is they're really building too, which is nice, and I think that's another big attraction as to why I'm sure they probably wanted to choose Xavier as home field.
Goal kick for Cincinnati. The Chaos were not able to control it off their foot past the end line. Oswald will get a swipe at the ball. And like we mentioned before the game, as we have a sub coming out is Kyle Smith. And I think that's 8, and I believe that's Chris DuPont, if that is number 8. And yes, that is the Wright State Raider coming in. So Chris DuPont in for Kyle Smith. That's the first substitution for the Dutch Lions that I caught.
Correct. And DuPont's actually, he's from Montreal.
Montreal, Canada.
Yeah.
Canada, I'm sorry. Canada. The home of the Montreal Impact of the MLS. Now with the ball for West Virginia. That is Grable. Swing off the foot of Petrick, and Oswald will get the slow rolling ball as Peters was slow to get to the ball. McClure will watch the ball bounce in front of Grant. Grant header to McClure. Off his chest, McClure inside the 18-yard box. Wide swipes it. And it is Teepin coming up with the grab.
Couldn't quite get it past Travis Brent there. Good idea, though.
The Chaos will slowly walk the ball up towards the Xavier X. Chip to the right. It's picked up by Grable. Now over Arthur's head. Pulled down the far hand side. Meyer sweeps it away. McClure will try to tangle against 2 Chaos members. And the defense will do their job. Hand it back to the goalkeeper. And it's West Virginia taking this away. Leo the Lion back out there. Lovable mascot. Does a great job in Dayton and Cincinnati for the Dutch Lions. Also, there's another PDL team for the Dutch Lions family in Houston, Texas. That ball almost leaves the ballpark over the bending corner. That's a throw in for the orange jerseys. That's the Houston Dutch Lions.
Yeah, they have a couple teams.
Dayton, part of the USL Pro. They were part of the PDL when they got their start in Bellbrook, Ohio. Miami Valley Stadium, an artificial turf field.
They actually were looking to go to come to Cincinnati first.
Taking this all the way is Petrick. McClure is towards his left, streaking away. Petrick.
3-on-1.
Petrick to McClure now. Open net. McClure sides it, and it's picked up by Sean Teepin. Good rush by Cincinnati there, and the defense held their own. Wall in a little bit of trouble. That was nicely done.
And at this point, any possession that Cincinnati can have offensively, it does wonders whether they score or not because they have possession of the ball, which means obviously West Virginia does not.
And in professional soccer, the clock rolls up, obviously, but you want to rise the time as much as you can. Once it hits 90 minutes, and depending what stoppage time is, that is your big goal right here. West Virginia is warming up a couple players on the far-hand side of the field, and right now the substitution table, we don't see anyone ready to come in, but...
Well, it looks like Matt Hill is standing up as well for... Oh, and potentially subbing in as well. He might get his chance.
DeSalvatore. Behind him, there is Tanner Petrick. And we'll have a tangling of a Chaos and a Dutch Lion, and that will result in a free kick for Cincinnati. And will this emerge a yellow card? Right now the referee, yes, that will be a yellow card. Our first one here in Cincinnati. Tyler Fabian gets the yellow card in the 74th minute. Some of the younger fans saying give him a red card, but no need to. Yellow card suffice enough just to cool him down. Tyler Fabian gets the yellow card in the 74th minute. That's a free kick for Cincinnati. Things starting to get a little chippier again. Remember, the Chaos are a little bit on the edge, down by 3. It's a huge hole to climb out. I mean, anything's possible in sports. We could see 3 straight goals by the Chaos, but at the same time, your chances are getting more and more improbable as the ball rolls on.
And
Nick DeSalvatore out of the game.
For number 14, I believe. Yep, Matt Hill is coming into the game.
You tell me a little bit about Matt Hill for a pregame.
Fun fact, well, he obviously he's at Xavier with me, and I actually went to high school with him. And he's a local here in Cincinnati. He went to Sycamore High School, so he was an aviator. So it's nice to see him, and we go way back, had a couple classes, all that fun stuff, and it's good to see him out there playing.
Grant chasing the ball. He'll bump off a Chaos, almost turn the ball over. Nice job by West Virginia's Daniel Radjin. He maintained the ball after getting pushed a couple times. That is good followership of that ball. Fantastic defensive work by Radjin there. Quick boot. There's Arthur, far hand side. Arthur has Peters towards his right, tries to sideswipe a Dutch Lion. And coming up with the ball is number 17.
Chaos not having as many offensive opportunities in the second half.
And I just realized we don't have a 17 on our roster, do we? Oh dear. Near hand side, picked up by Grable.
And he'll be going by number 17.
We'll find out a little while, I should say, as Fabian. The Peters header, and it bounces in for Peters. Peters with the first Chaos goal in the 76th minute. It's now 3-1 Cincinnati, and Peters now leads the team in goals.
West Virginia is on the board.
Great look by Peters inside the 6-yard box. Heads it away from Oswald, and the clean sheet has been burned up.
The goal difference now only 2. But the time still ticks on.
Just about to enter our 77th minute. Like we mentioned, Peters came in as the leading shooter on the team. And you've seen him all through this game, taking a lot of shots, especially in the last part of the first half and the beginning of the second half. Peters just all over the place. He's got great speed. He can get under you, and he can put a goal up just like that.
He was bound to finish one eventually.
Far hand side, Peters looking to reach out for it, but DuPont keeps it in front, and DuPont turns it over to West Virginia. Bouncer up for Daniel Stratford. Now picked up by the Chaos, far hand side. Peters with it again. Loops a nice pass for an incoming number 7, Nick McDonald. And Nick McDonald can't finish it in the 18-yard box. Cincinnati looks to clear it back. We have a whistle on the far hand side. The referee walking over, and we have ourselves another yellow card. This one on number 17. So number 17 picks up the second Chaos yellow card. This one in the 78th minute. So between those 2 yellow cards, that's about 2 minutes.
Who would have thought?
That's Sean Russell, number 17.
Nike is a proud sponsor of the W League. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the Nike Soccer information.
I tell you, Nike makes some real cool stuff, sports around. I mean,
it was a big reason why they wanted Nike to sponsor with them.
Here comes Jordan Grant, but he's cut off by Sean Teepin. And he'll bowl it to the near hand side.
Grant a little upset with that.
Sean Russell is number 17. Just picked up a yellow card in the 78th minute of action here. Now in the X. Chipped back. for Stuart Grable. Light shining bright over Xavier University's soccer complex, leaving shadows, very faint shadows. It's about nighttime here in Cincinnati. Beautiful sunset to our south, to our left.
It's nice to see off the buildings at Xavier, and they actually just put in new lights as well.
And also Tyler Washington coming into the game along with Nick McDonald. The two subs warming up. Russell chases it down near the far corner. He keeps it over the touchline, not past. It's still West Virginia ball in the arc. And no chance as the Dutch Lions close in on Nick McDonald. Had a good look for a couple seconds. He turned around quickly. He could have had a quick snipe at the ball. Meanwhile, there is Peters. He wants a second one. He's not getting it there, as this one will fall into the chest of Eric Oswald.
You could tell their quick out of bounds reaction. Everything needs to be now they really have a sense of urgency. Everything needs to be a little bit quicker.
Put up by Travis Brent to McDonald. McDonald right over the touchline. This ball is taken away by Cincinnati's Garrett Halfhill. Back for Harmon. Spun around. Now heading towards Stovall.
And this right now is also a test for Cincinnati, because when you have that 3-0 lead and as soon as they score, you don't want to get too lackadaisical and lose that lead.
Just finish strong. There's DuPont. He'll find Chris Harmon towards his right. Back for Harmon. Harmon snipes one off the hand of Tiepin. And that is a corner kick for Cincinnati. Their second on the half and the day.
Great save by Tiepin.
Tanner Petrick will take this corner kick for Cincinnati. Remind me of one Oswald did in the first half on this side too, but resulted in a West Virginia corner kick. Petrick will roll the ball slowly towards the far corner flag. Petrick looks in front of him, holds up his left hand, and soft corners this. Chester by Sean Russell, and Russell gets swiped by Harmon. Harmon boots this one high and wide. Goal kick for West Virginia.
Whistle on the play.
And it looks like we're going to have a Dutch Lions substitution.
And another Dutch Lion is coming in.
It looks to be a double-digit number. Taking a seat is Kevin Walker. And Austin Pierce is coming into the game.
Great game for Kevin Walker. A lot of hustle out of him today.
He'll get a rest on the bench. And we'll have Austin Pierce taking his place. 3-1 Cincinnati. Last goal scored by Dion Peters in the 76th minute of action. McClure with two of the Dutch Lion goals, Petrick with his first, and the other Cincinnati goal. Moved up front, Hill's on the chase. He keeps away from Zabo, and it's Oswald zipping away from the chaos coming in. A low header by Stratford.
Almost looked like a face butt.
Grant swept by a defender. Nice job by Zabo trying to keep it away from the Dutch Lions. However, it's a Cincinnati throw-in. We could preview what's next for the Dutch Lions for you. Next game on the schedule will be here on June the 7th. We'll see Southern West Virginia, the Kings Warriors. That is King ' Warriors. Not that it makes a big of difference, but hey, it's
some people out there, you never know.
It's Royal Warriors, what can we say? Southern West Virginia is at Cincinnati, June the 7th, 7 o'clock here. You can watch it here on YouTube, Dutch Lions Gateway to be more precise. And hopefully we get the team up for
definitely
the rest of the season.
Count me in. They have definitely a week or so off here too to rest and to get their legs back under them.
High snipe by the Chaos in the far corner, and that results in a goal kick for Cincinnati. And we'll have another Dutch Lions substitution. Across the line. I want to say it looks like number 10, but don't count me on that because I can't really see the numbers, and I know Kyle Smith just sat down, so never mind. That's Logan Gumbert into the game.
For number 6, Tanner Patrick.
And Tanner Patrick will have a seat. I believe Gumbert's number 15 for the Dutch Lions, and I see a number 15 as Gumbert. His first steps on the pitch. Quickly speeds away, and that's actually number 18. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Grant has the ball to McClure. McClure still looking for the hat trick. Bumps it gently into the arc, taken away by the Chaos in white. Set back by Nick McDonald. Now Peters has it. Mentioned this earlier, but Peters still hasn't lost an ounce of speed thus far. Peters loses the ball on the body of Chris DuPont, picked up by Grable on the Chaos. Back to Peters now. Peters tries to uphold a pass up front, and it's sent away.
Matt Hill really clears that one out.
Almost into the fans, the young fans donning orange shirts, just like their favorite team here at Xavier University. Not calling the Musketeers in college, I mean the soccer team. I don't know why I had to explain that. I think you knew what I meant.
I did. I did. I would hope so.
Brent on the Xavier X. Loops it up gently in the air. Picked up by Guilherme Frata. Some of the Chaos members holding out their hands towards the referees. Here comes McClure. He's onside. McClure on the near hand side. McClure,
1-on-1.
One defender. He swipes it around. Kick off the hands of the goalie. Corner kick for Cincinnati. And taking this one will be Logan Gumbert.
Teepin did another good job with smothering that angle there. That could have been a hat trick for McClure.
Header by Grant will bounce on top the soccer net, and that's a corner kick or goal kick for the Chaos. So both teams with 3 corners on the day. Cincinnati with all of theirs in the latter portion of the game.
And as you said before, YouTube is the league's official online video home, offering live games and feature content. Subscribe for free to the USL PDL YouTube channel today.
Also, for all the home Dutch Lions actions, the username is Dutch Lions Gateway. Kind of a cool thing as West Virginia gets a throw in right by the PA announcer. Kind of a cool thing to see on YouTube. You can stream if you're a non-profit organization like the Dutch Lions are. It's a great service to have.
It really is.
Cool.
I know actually here at Xavier for our news, we are able to take advantage of similar scenario.
And if you can't watch a game for any chance, no threat, you can watch the archive on YouTube as Jordan Grant's going to have a seat for Kyle Grotehouse, number 15. Fans cheering Grotehouse's entrance.
Cincinnati, you can tell, is pretty confident about this game and wrapping it up.
They've played a solid game thus far, however, still about 3 minutes plus stoppage time left to go for their first win in Cincinnati and their second win of the season. Oswald comes up with the bowling ball, and they'll settle his team down and roll it towards his left side. If Cincinnati does hold on, they'll improve to 2-0-2, stay undefeated in 4 games. They'll pick up 3 points, and they will jump West Virginia for first place. That, of course, seeing what the Carolina Dynamo do, they're in second place. And that'll give them about a week to rest before the game on the 7th, which is next Saturday. Nice jump by Sean Teepin, and West Virginia's got the ball again.
It's nice, too, that Cincinnati has a couple home games, or more home games, I should say, to start out, to really have the home crowd and get the team meshing early. And Matt Hill at the corner there.
Hill jumps over West Virginia Chaos, trying to strip the ball away from him. That's a goal kick for Cincinnati. And for West Virginia, here's your next stop for the Chaos. They will head back home to Schoenbaum Stadium, which seats 6,000 in Charleston, West Virginia, by the way. They'll take on their state rivals, Southern West Virginia, who hail from Bluefield, West Virginia, right near the state of Virginia.
There's a lot going on in Virginia.
Lots of Virginia action, west and not west. Picked up by Hill as Grouthouse watches. And with the ball now is Pierce. McClure on the far hand side. Pierce wants a goal, and he snipes it wide right. Goal kick for West Virginia. Good look by Pierce.
Good ball control by Cincinnati there.
89th minute. Where did the time go here tonight in Cincinnati?
So beautiful. I don't think anyone cares. They could spend all night out here.
Whistle on Cincinnati results in a free kick for West Virginia. We have now entered the 90th minute of action with Cincinnati commanding a 3-1 lead. Peters knocked down. That results in another whistle. Peters yet to get up. Slower to get up, and that'll be a free kick for the Chaos. Like I mentioned, Peters, great ball movement, and that header resulted in the 1 tally for the Chaos. Back to
Down
Peters.
to the wire now.
Stratford off the arc, off the foot of Harmon, and that looked like that hurt.
Still down.
Looks like Harmon's not getting up as he holds his ankles. He's rocking a little bit.
Trying. But play still goes on.
Brent, he has the ball. And Hill will...
Chris Harmon is up and running again. A little bit of a limp there, trying to run it off.
Rabel inside the 18-yard box. Hammers it to Stratford. Blocked off the back of a Dutch Lion, Jake Stovall. And there's McClure. And we have 4 minutes of stoppage time. 4 minutes. As McClure still chasing that hat trick. He'll slow things up around the near corner, trying to shake off Radjin. Radjin's been very much a pest on the defensive side against Cincinnati. He's played a really good game as we have a whistle and a free kick just maybe an ounce away from the box. And actually, they're going to mark it closer towards the corner. And we have Harmon limping towards the trainer, rushing by the Xavier X.
He took that block pretty hard.
We hope he's A-okay. One of the names we haven't mentioned, Rowan Van Zonen, he got kicked in the thigh in Louisville against the River or Derby City Rovers, depending on what social media or where you read it. He got kicked in the thigh, and that's why he hasn't played tonight. And with the spikes on the side of the hip,
most people don't necessarily realize how, soccer is a physical game. Concussions and it's not like they have pads. They have shin guards, but that's about it.
Grouthouse now heading towards the near corner, chased by 2 Chaos members. And it's taken away by the Chaos. Nice strip by Gumpert. Back on the near hand side, Dutch Lions doing a nice job burning off most of the stoppage time they can. That's a goal kick as Kyle Grouthouse was unable to control it. West Virginia was pestering him.
This is where it becomes tough too for the Chaos. 90 minutes is on the board. They have 4 extra minutes, but they can't necessarily see that time. And eyes on the clock.
But that 4 minutes in your mind, how much time is left? How much time do we have to go? Like we mentioned, it's most improbable at this point, but still can happen. Because remember, the Chaos came into today's game. First place, here's McClure from the far corner.
Stranger things are known to happen.
Tangled up and knocked down. Play will continue as it rolls past the goal line, or the end line rather, for a goal kick. Cincinnati looks to improve to 2-0-2 on the season. They'll pick up 3 points against West Virginia. They can hold on to the Chaos. Not much time left. Now on the far side, believe that's Russell.
I'd estimate about less than 2 minutes left. Maybe even close to a minute.
Savo sets things up for Dion Peters. And McDonald comes in late. The Dutch Lions strip the ball away. Out of the reach of a Dutch Lion on the far hand side. That was number 21 coming into the game for Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's substitutes are doing an excellent job from preventing West Virginia at any looks.
Colton Tanner came in, and that'll be a goal kick for the Dutch Lions. Colton Tanner came in for Chris Harmon, who limped off the field, tried to play as much as he could, but sometimes pain is unsurmountable. We wish nothing but the best for him, and hopefully he can get rest up and be back for the next game. Like we mentioned, June the 7th, the Southern West Virginia Kings Warriors.
That'll be a good thing for him. A little extra time to recoup.
Bouncer as it's chased it back to Roadhouse. Roadhouse tangled up, slows things up, chips it to Pierce. Pierce looks to control it, and it stays out of the end line entirely. Ball popped up in the air, chased by Hill now. Matt Hill, the local Xavier Musketeer on this team. One of two, I believe.
Yep, 3 actually, I think.
Back to Stovall. And one of 2 Wright State Raiders look to connect here. It's picked up by Pierce. Pierce drags it towards the right. Nice stop by Radjin, knocking the ball free. And the Chaos taking on the near hand side. Not much time remains off the foot of Hill. And that's a throw-in. And the referee says full time. Full time here in Cincinnati. The Dutch Lions come away with a 3-1 win against the West Virginia Chaos. 3 points.
That'll bring their overall score to 2 wins, 0 losses, and 2 ties for the Cincinnati Dutch Lions.
And for West Virginia, they'll drop to 2-2-1 on the season, picking up 0 points here in Cincinnati. That means Cincinnati, with those 3 points, they're up by 1 over West Virginia. It just depends what the Carolina Dynamo do. They have 6 points entering tonight's game. If they win, they'll be on top of Cincinnati, so West Virginia will fall to 3rd and Cincinnati to 2nd. But right now, as we know it, Cincinnati in 1st place over West Virginia, Carolina, Southern West Virginia, River City, or Derby City, and SC United, the Bantams.
Cincinnati definitely earned that win tonight, and MVP, in my opinion, goes to Eric Oswald. Some fantastic saves and a lot of pressure. They looked really great out there.
And if you give an MVP to the offensive player of the game, definitely give it to Jeff McClure. First goal in the first 30 seconds of the game, and Tanner Petrick with the game winner in the 26th minute, and McClure with the cherry on the hot fudge sundae in the 63rd minute. And for the Chaos, the lone goal, a nice header on the far hand side of the 18-yard box by Dion Peters in the 76th minute. That's your tally at 3-1.
McClure's going to try to continue his ongoing streak on, as we said before, on Saturday, June 7th. And you could catch us then right here where you're watching us right now. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook. Cincinnati Dutch Lions are doing well. They want your support. And so far they are undefeated and excited to continue the rest of their season.
Cincinnati will host Southern West Virginia for the next 2 home games. Like I mentioned, Saturday, June 7th, but Wednesday, June the 11th, one of 2 Wednesday games on the schedule for Cincinnati and one at home. And then Cincinnati hits the road to McPherson Stadium, the home of the Carolina Dynamo. So 2 out of 3 home games left in the streak. And Cincinnati's off to a great start. 2 wins, 2 ties. That is 8 points for Cincinnati. So let's talk about the entire game in the second half. What were your thoughts?
Oh boy, it was definitely a great game, exciting. It was, love to see the execution of the Cincinnati Dutch Lions. I think their patience was excellent, and they made their moves at the right times, and I think that's what really paid off for them. Catching them off guard was a great way to swing their momentum their way, and unfortunately West Virginia was not able to come back and recover, and I think that really hurt them. Those 2 goals from Cincinnati relatively early in the first half, and mentally I think they they definitely trumped.
And also those 2 goals in the first half that set up the rally, or not the rally, but the momentum for Cincinnati. That first goal, you can argue, in the first 30 seconds, West Virginia had a heap of chances throughout all the game. They did a nice job of setting up these chances, just finishing. And the one header by Peters the exception, but just even that penalty kick that the Chaos took, number 8, Daniel Stratford.
I think that might be my favorite.
I mean, off of Oswald's pinkies, or not pinkies, but tips of his fingers.
Bounces off the goalpost. Makes a double save.
That being said, Cincinnati, great win for them tonight. They'll look to continue the roll against Southern West Virginia. Again, June the 7th. That is next Saturday. And that'll be at 7 o'clock. You can hear us back here on YouTube at Dutch Lions Gateway. It's great working with you tonight.
You too. I'm excited to come back and June 7th.
June 7th.
Same time, same place.
My name's Lee W. Mowen.
And I'm Allison Martin.
And your final score one more time here, full time here from Xavier University's soccer complex. Cincinnati 3, West Virginia 1. Good night, everyone.